What's up, everybody? Owen coming at you with another video here, and I kind of wanted to help and explain a little bit about how you guys can find good suppliers on Alibaba and AliExpress for your Amazon business. There are a lot of neat tricks that you guys can do, and it is very, very important to find a good supplier who can make you a great product and get you a good price. And I'm going to show you a couple ways how you can find and determine what's a good supplier on both platforms. So you guys can see I'm on here on Alibaba right now, and I'm just typed in doorknobs just for the heck of it to kind of just give you an idea. Now, normally when I'm looking for a supplier, I'm normally looking for a gold supplier, because the reason why is because anybody that's a gold supplier has proven to Alibaba that they're, a good supplier. They're, keeping update with everything. They're paying their money. They're making sure people are satisfied with their products. And normally, the longer they've been a gold supplier, the better. For example, like this one right here, this is a 5-year gold supplier. They've done about 10,000 in the last 6 months, which isn't a lot, but their response rate is incredible. So this would be considered, I think, a decent supplier. They also have trade assurance, which is great, which means that, if anything happens with your products or anything like that, you're good to go. They can back you up. But there's a couple of things you need to look at. Normally, be looking for a good supplier is one thing. Communication is another thing. It's really important to make sure that when you guys are contacting these suppliers, that you guys can communicate very well. And it's easy to understand everybody, because that's incredibly important if you want to get good prices, get the right thing that you're looking for, and stuff like that. It's not too difficult to find a good supplier. Normally, it just requires a little bit of work. And normally, when you guys are talking to suppliers, never just talk to one. Normally, try talking to 10. When I'm looking at a product, I'm normally looking and talking to about 10 different suppliers at the same time when I'm looking to private label one product, because a lot of these suppliers can make a really good product, but normally it comes down to who can get the best price. So there's a lot of haggling and stuff like that. And if you guys aren't the best at haggling with prices, don't worry about it. It's not too difficult. I'm going to make another video here in the future about how to communicate with suppliers. But today I'm just going to go over how to find what is a good supplier and what you need to look for. Another thing is, you see this transaction level right here. This is a really good indicating level to show you how well their transaction levels are treated. Whether if they're, they send out your product quickly or not. Are they on time? Is how much of the product is damaged that they shipped out, and stuff like that. And another thing to look at for is when you're searching these products too. Sometimes the keyword that you're looking for isn't always going to show up because their system's a little weird. So a lot of times, if you guys are looking for something or a certain supplier, you might need to just try out a couple of keywords until you find your product. But generally, this is pretty easy. If you guys want to know more about the company too, you can simply contact them or just click on here. And normally they're going to have their whole kind of like company's website, their whole brand details, everything that they kind of do down below. You guys can do this on your own time, but they'll talk about the products they sell and stuff like this. Normally it takes a little bit longer to load, but and then they also have frequently asked questions. Stuff like this is pretty general. A lot of their information, in case you need to contact them about other things, but it's pretty simple. So when you're looking for, suppliers in Alibaba, it's not too difficult. They make it extremely easy for you to find one. So look for gold status. Normally I try to find somebody that has at least 5 years or more. When researching, I like to have somebody that has a transaction level of 2 diamonds to 3. And I normally like to see trade insurance. Most of the time they will have trade insurance to begin with, but it's kind of nice. And another thing I'm looking for is, are they responsive and how well are they communicating? Because I have talked to many suppliers that make an absolute amazing product, but I just can't talk to them. It's very impossible. They don't respond back, or it's very hard to talk to them. And really, sometimes it's not worth it, even if though they have a great product. If you just can't communicate well, it's not worth it. So that's another thing you need to look for. And another thing is, look how much money that they're producing monthly. This can be a great indication whether or not they're a good company if they're sending out tons and tons of product and they're getting many transactions through, because that means their product is good because people are buying it. So that's another thing you kind of need to look at. Don't be discouraged if you see a company that has $100,000 in the last month in transactions. That's actually a really good thing, because that means they have a good product and a lot of people are using it and buying it from them. So that's kind of it on Alibaba. It's not too crazy hard. It just comes down to communicating and talking to many suppliers as possible as you can. So here on AliExpress, we're on the website. We're going to look at for the same thing. And AliExpress is a little different. They actually go off a star rating deal. It's nothing kind of like that. So this is really simple. This would be researching just kind of like anything you would on product, like on Amazon, for example. You would be looking at the reviews and the star rating. Normally on AliExpress, a lot of times the shipping is free, but the items cost a little bit more, so it kind of evens out. But it kind of goes with the same thing, depending on what you're looking for. Try talking to as many suppliers as you possibly can to see if you get the best price. Normally when you're looking at reviews for AliExpress, I normally look right at the feedback, and you just can start going over all the reviews and everything like that. So you can see these have 162 reviews, 5 stars. That's pretty darn good. Another thing is you can see right here, free shipping to the United States. This is great. Estimated delivery time is about a month, which isn't the best. A lot of times you can find suppliers that can get shipping done a lot faster, but you know, it just kind of depends on what kind of rush you are. But this is pretty much it. They're on AliExpress. It's not as hard to find a good supplier. You just gotta look at the reviews, look at the product, and see how they're doing. It's incredibly easy. AliExpress makes it very easy for everybody to kind of go through, but it's just no different than looking at like Amazon and determining whether it's a good product. You just normally check out the votes, and that's normally what I like to do. You can just simply click on here on the feedback, even shipping and payment. This is what I kind of like to look at because this kind of determines what kind of money I'm going to save and shipping times here. Like here we go. This sometimes, depending on the product, can be definitely worth it because you're getting your product available in a week. That's really incredible. For only $50, I'll take it. Another thing I like to look at is their seller's guarantee. This is can be really important, especially like if you get a product in and their stuff isn't you know, what you thought it was, or is either damaged. I normally look to see if they have seller guarantees because this is incredibly important. But typically when you're going, I typically look at the feedback because this is so important. I'll be looking, a lot of times these aren't going to be in English, so just keep that in mind. But normally I'm looking for if, you know, they're talking about the company and they don't look like fake reviews, because you can tell a lot of times they're fake reviews because they'll be just sometimes a little too dramatic, if you know what I mean. But that's pretty much it when it comes to AliExpress. It's not the hardest thing. Alibaba makes it so much easier to determine whether it's a good supplier or not. But on this, you just really got to look at the votes and just go through the reviews and see whether or not they look legitimate. You know, how many good reviews do they have? Are people talking about the products or the company or whatever? And I actually typically I'll go through some of these reviews and check out some of the bad ones if they have any, and then ask the seller about the questions about the bad ones to see if they can improve the product for me, so I don't have to run into problems. That's another tip for you guys to check out. I normally look at the good ones just to see if they're a good supplier, and then I'll look at the rest of the bad ones to see what happened and how we can improve the situation so that doesn't happen to me or my products. So guys, this is it. It's not too hard finding a good supplier. It just requires a little bit of research and a little bit of communication between suppliers and you, and that's it, guys. It's super easy. Nothing too crazy here, but I just want to show you guys this video because I have a lot of questions, or people ask me a lot of questions about, you know, how do you find a good supplier, or how do you know if they are? And it just comes down to, you know, talking as many as you possibly can and doing a little bit of research and taking a little bit of time of your day to find a good supplier, because once you find a good supplier, it's game over from there. You know, you build a relationship from them and you're good to go. It's very easy to, you know, build a relationship with these guys, because everybody on these suppliers and these websites are looking to build a relationship because they're looking for more traffic through their business. But guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Help me out a little bit. And also feel free to follow all my social media and reach out to me. I'm more than happy to talk to you guys. You're the reason why I'm making these videos anyways. But peace out and have a good one.